What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City live watch-along. Today we're going to be doing Manchester City's live watch-along of our away match at Craven Cottage, where we're going to be taking on Fulham this afternoon. So, if you are enjoying the content, please do help to support the channel by leaving a thumbs up. That would be great. Once more, on that push to 100 likes. We're already on to 12 likes, which means we are 88 likes away from 100 likes, so any help towards that would be great. Also, don't forget as well to go and subscribe. That's free. That would be great as well. We're on that push to 35,000 subscribers. We're now less than 400 subs away, so any help towards that would be brilliant. Also, don't forget social media links. They're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorship for any videos or any general business inquiries. Also, don't forget as well to leave your thoughts in the live chat, including where you're tuning in from today and your score predictions for this game. Already got Ken in the chat. Much appreciated. Welcome, Ken. Dudley as well, thank you for tuning in. Getting in a nice early score prediction, going for a confident 3-1 victory for City. FO, thanks for tuning in as well. Going for a 3-0 victory today for Manchester City. Dave, thanks for tuning in. Says, only got Sky, so watching your channel instead of listening to 5 live. All the best. Thank you very much for that. Much appreciated. We do, of course, live commentary, live reactions and everything to everything that's happening. So, Dave, thank you for choosing me for the coverage for today's game. Much appreciated. And welcome to. Hope you are very well. John, hello. Thank you for tuning in. Much appreciated. Says, I am like 13, which is brilliant. Thank you very much for leaving a thumbs up. And we're now on to 15 likes, which means we're 85 likes away from 100 likes. You can see a big smile on my face. Dad put perfect, kiddo. You're going to be wondering what's so perfect. Well, what you guys don't see behind the scenes is for nearly an hour, JSGC was trying to sort out the syncing of my microphone because people have commented before saying it's just out of sync. So I've been tinkering around for nearly an hour to get the microphone and the syncing all sorted. It's a big learning game, but that's what Dad's saying it's the sync's in perfect transition, so looking all good, which is fantastic. So I do hope everyone can see me and can hear me all okay, which is brilliant. Dad going for a 3-1 victory today for Manchester City. John going for a 7-1 victory for City, a whopping 7-1 victory for City as well. Would love that. Raheem going for a 1-0 victory for Manchester City. Drew going for a big 5-1 Manchester City win. Daniel, hello. Thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated again. Once more, my friend Andrew going for a 6-1 City win. And of course, it is Manchester City going top of the Premier League today with a win as we do get our first very nice weekend. And as I was meant to set up the fan just here, but I've not got round to doing it. So what I might do is I might put my SofaScore intro video on again so I could just go and quickly nip into the other room, get the fan, because it is hot. I've got the window and everything open, but yeah, UK and air conditioning. Here we go. Daniel saying 3-1 to City. He reckons Fulham got nothing to play for. Hopefully on the beach. Flip-flops on. Andy, thanks for tuning in. And, of course, Alison as well says, just got off the unlucky 13, off to Kirkby, Moorside shortly. Very nice. Do enjoy your breakaway there, Andy and Alison. Thank you very much for tuning in. And a big shout-out to you guys as well. So, before I do crack on with this video, do make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, do subscribe to my channel, do leave a thumbs up, and do go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore. The link is in the description. SofaScore are going to be keeping you guys up to date with all the latest scores through England, what's happening in the Premier League and what's happening with Manchester City, as well as all the other latest scores out there for you guys to go and check out too. They do have the latest scores for other sports, not just football, but all the sports you guys love to follow. I'm a big cricket fan myself, so I'm keeping up to date with how my team Lancashire are doing, which, yeah, not doing too bad at Trent Bridge, but yeah, that's anyway. SofaScore's how I'm keeping up to date with Lancashire having a poor season, is what I'm getting at. So if you do want to go and check out SofaScore, the links and details there in the description. Remember, it is a free app to download, so it is worthwhile getting. And yeah, thank you very much to SofaScore for sponsoring this video. As I said, I do have my promo video, which I'm going to roll for you guys right when I get my button right now. Thank you very much there to SofaScore for sponsoring this video. So, SofaScore are going to be keeping me up to date with what's happening during the game, during my half-time analysis, my full-time analysis, and of course, build up to kick-off and speaking about the teams as well, which is what I'm going to go and check out. So, let's get SofaScore locked and loaded right here. And we're going to go Fulham, Manchester City. Who do we think is going to win? I'm going for a City win today. I'm going 2-0 City, so a little bit more reserved than some of the other predictions out there. But, yeah, do keep them coming in. That would be great. So, Andy, Lancashire never lose. We just run out of time. We did get hammered by Kent. We don't want to talk about that. And we don't seem to have invested in the squad and brought in poor overseas signings. There's a bit of a transition going on. I'm not a real fan of the coach. Here we are. Not that I'm being negative or anything. Daniel says, do I think Arsenal will drop points tomorrow? They don't have a great record at Old Trafford. Potentially they do drop points tomorrow. I think it's more hope than expectation that they drop points. I am expecting Arsenal to go to Old Trafford to pick up the 3 points, and Man City's equation is very simple. We need to win here, away against Fulham. We need to win on Tuesday night, away against Spurs, and we need to win at home next Sunday when we take on West Ham United as well. That's the equation. It's pretty simple. Anything else, if we get favours of any other teams, that would be a big bonus for Manchester City. As I said, not expecting it. But Man United, they need a response. They've got the potential of not having any European football, and tomorrow, to me, it's a win-win. Either Man United drop points, it costs them a European spot for next season, and it's funny, or they end up taking points off Arsenal and Manchester City. If we can win here, all of a sudden looking very good for winning the Premier League as well. So, fine margins. Got to love the business end of the season. Daniel says City needs 6 goals because of the goal difference. It'd be nice to catch that goal difference up. I'm going to maintain what I've been saying for the last few weeks with what we're looking at. 3 points to me more important than the goal difference, because with Arsenal sitting a point clear of City, it gives City a bit of leeway that we could draw a match if we can try and match Arsenal's results. But the problem is, Arsenal, for us to match their results, more than likely it's going to be wins. So if they win both their games remaining, them 2 games, by just 1 goal, that's +8 on Man City. We draw a game, so we've got 2 games to try and win by a margin of 8. It's not going to be easy. We could do with really hammering a team. I think City will just be focused on trying to do a professional job and picking up them 3 points, if I'm being completely honest. Shay, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. I presume an Arsenal fan. Cheering on Fulham, I presume, today as well. We'll see. Fulham, as I said, I'm hoping the flip-flops are on. They're on the beach, not going to be bothered, and City are going to come in and do a nice professional job is what I'm hoping for. Fulham, probably not going to do that. They're probably going to want to... They've gone with a strong team. They're probably going to want to try and take the game to City, put City under pressure, try and manage this game, and see if they can maybe spring a surprise and try and hurt Manchester City on the counter-attack. They've got plenty of pace up top. So, yeah, we will see. It's good, proper banana skin, this, actually. A real banana skin for City. So I think first goal, absolutely crucial. I think if Fulham score that first goal, there's going to be a lot of anxiety from the City players and the City fans in that stadium today. And alternatively, if Fulham can keep it 0-0 for as long as possible, then all of a sudden, again, it puts a heap of pressure onto Manchester City. So margins are very fine. There's no margin for error. We've got to win this game. It is as simple as that. If we want to try and get a favour off United, which in an ideal world we don't want favours off United, but at this point in the season, beggars can't be choosers. Arsenal probably don't want favours off Spurs either, but here we are. You can't really pick and choose what's happening, but if you're picking up wins and your rivals are dropping points, then, it's a big thumbs up. So, today's video sponsor, SofaScore, providing me with the team information. Fulham with an average age of 28.6 years, plenty of experience. They're going with a 4-2-3-1 formation, lining up with former Arsenal goalkeeper Leno in goal. They're going with a back four made up of Castagne, Diop, Bassi and Robinson. No surprises there. In midfield, they're going with Palhinha, Pereira and Iwobi. Out wide, you've got Bobby Reid and Willian. So Bobby Reid looking like he's going on the right wing and Willian going on the left wing. And it's Nunes starting up top for Fulham. On the bench for Fulham today, you've got Rodak, Tete, Ream, Reid, Wilson, Kearney, Jimenez, Traore and Broha. good quality options there from the bench. Harrison Reed, I rate him. I think he's a good player. Tim Ream's got a whole host of experience. Kenny Tete as well, decent player. Harry Wilson, Tom Kearney, some good options. But in attack, Raul Jimenez, Adama Traore, and Armando Broja, some really good options in attack there for Fulham. And I think that's their main asset. So I'd be surprised if they're not going to try and attack Manchester City. It may leave us with a bit of space to work with. And as I said, first goal absolutely crucial. If City can grab that first goal, I'll be honest, I don't see anything other than a Manchester City win. Now, moving on to Manchester City, we are averaging an age of 27.9 years, so also plenty of experience in that City squad as well. Lining up with a 4-2-3-1 formation, which I have a feeling it may go more with 3 at the back, 4 in midfield, 2 out wide and 1 up top. We're lining up today with Manuel Akanji on the right-hand side and Josko Gvardiol goes on the left-hand side, with Nathan Ake and Ruben Dias being Man City's 2 centre-backs. What I think may happen here is Josko Gvardiol is going to be given more freedom on that left-hand side to get forward. Nathan Ake is then going to drift over to that left-hand side. Ruben Dias is going to go as Man City's central centre-back, and Akanji will take up that right-hand side, and he may invert more into defensive midfield to go alongside Rodri, or Kovacic drops deeper and it gives a bit more freedom to Rodri. In midfield, you've got Rodri, Kovacic and Kevin De Bruyne starting for City today. Out wide is Bernardo Silva on the right wing and Phil Foden on the left wing, and Erling Haaland, fresh from his 4 goals in our last game against Wolverhampton Wanderers, starts in this match. Manchester City's bench then, we've got Stefan Ortega, John Stones, Kyle Walker, Sergio Gomez, Matheus Nunes, Rico Lewis, Oscar Bobb, Julian Alvarez and Jeremy Doku. Plenty of experience, plenty of quality there for City if they need to in attack. Your Alvarez's, your Bobbs, your Dokus, plenty of precision, plenty of pace, plenty of tenacity there for City to really go at. If you're looking for players to try and make a difference in midfield, you've got good defensive options with your John Stones and your Rico Lewis's. You've got Nunes as another good option there. Sergio Gomez could be an option in midfield or out wide or at left back for City as well. Kyle Walker, John Stones providing them defensive options as well, with Stefan Ortega being Manchester City's backup second choice goalkeeper. Fulham led by manager Marco Silva, doing a good job. He's a good manager. Man City led by Pep Guardiola. For Fulham, they find themselves 13th in the Premier League on 44 points. They are 14 points clear of relegation with 2 games to play, which means they cannot be relegated. They also are guaranteed to finish, if they are to finish as low as possible, it will be 14th for Fulham, and as high as possible will send them up to 9th, which means they cannot get a European spot, which means they're very much looking at mid-table. They'll try and pick up points. They'll try and become a top half side. But as I said, Fulham doing what Fulham do. Stay up comfortably. Not really challenging for a European spot. But they're a good team with good players. And this will not be an easy game for Manchester City today at Craven Cottage. And with the attacking finesse that Fulham have got as well, it could be a very end-to-end exciting game with space as well. And I think at this point in the season, I'd prefer for teams not to be parking the bus, to be a little bit more open. And I think Fulham and Spurs and West Ham, it's not really in their nature to sit back, to defend really deep and limit Manchester City's space, which should suit Manchester City. So hopefully, as I said, 3 points for City today sends us on to 85 points, 2 points clear of Arsenal. And if we can go out there and win this game by 4 or 5 goals, then we take a good chunk of that goal difference off Arsenal as well, knowing that they've got to go to Old Trafford to Manchester United tomorrow. They're in 8th place. You know, your Newcastles, your Chelseas, they're the teams are trying to play catch-up to. Man United have got the distinct possibility that if they don't win tomorrow at Old Trafford, that they're not going to be in Europe next season, not even the Europa Conference League. It's a big blow for them. Their only hope, if that does happen, is beating Manchester City in the FA Cup final in a couple of weeks' time. And Manchester City, business end of the season, we absolutely love it, but we don't get too carried away. We're looking too far ahead. Focus. That's the way you win these Premier Leagues. Man City are focused, one game at a time. Fulham away, focus, try and win this game, push on from there. I'm going solid 2-0 Manchester City win today. Goals for Erling Haaland and Phil Foden. Phil Foden in the first half, Erling Haaland in the second half. job's a good one. Barry, thank you very much for tuning in. Much appreciated. Matty as well, thank you for tuning in. Says, afternoon, just want to say City win, then enjoy the sunshine after. It's nice, the sunshine is out. It's good to see. John saying, FA Cup youth winners. Manchester City won the FA Youth Cup just last night, which is absolutely fantastic. So a big shout out there to all the young lads. And Man City once more showcasing they've got some very exciting prospects in their academy who've got a very bright future. So I'm looking forward to tracking the progress of these players and seeing what the next 2, 3, 4 seasons holds for them as well. Should be very exciting, which I am sure. Daniel says, if I was a Spurs fan on Tuesday, would you prefer to lose to City and then go on to win the league, or Spurs beat City and let Arsenal win the league? Well, it all depends on if Spurs have got anything to play for. If they've got nothing to play for, which if they don't beat Burnley today at home, they've got nothing to play for. They're going to be guaranteed a Europa League spot. They're not going to be making the Champions League. They're not going to be really that bothered, which means they'll then start to take it easy, and they may go onto the beach, and that makes Man City's life a little bit easier. It takes that competitive nature away from the side. But it all depends on how you look at it, because a team under no pressure, it just helps to relax the players a little bit more, and so they can just play their natural game. And it's City that are under pressure. It's Manchester City that need to go out there and do something. So it's funny. There's two different ways of looking at it. A team that's got nothing to play for, either they're going to be on the beach or they're under no pressure. They're going to be nice and relaxed, and they're just going to play their natural game. And if Fulham, for example, today just keep it nice and close and compact against City, and they can keep City to nil for as long as possible, then City will be under a lot of pressure. So City need to be very careful. I would suggest for City to attack Fulham very quickly and very early to try and get that opening goal. Barry says, like Freedom Kidder. Yeah, Bob. Love it, Barry. Thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. John says, Arsenal are a kite flying in the wind. They're going to try and stick with City a little bit longer than what they did last season, put up a good race, but ultimately wheels came off right towards the end. We'll see what lessons Arsenal have learnt tomorrow. First, City need to win this game. Daniel says, I can see City destroying Manchester United in the FA Cup final. It's a Manchester derby. Anything can happen. Never going to get too carried away. I hope so. It'd be great. It'd be absolutely great. The only way we can top Man City scoring after, 10 seconds last season, is if City can go on to win the FA Cup in back-to-back Manchester derbies in the FA Cup final and end up beating United by 5 or 6 goals. That would be absolutely fantastic. Colonel, thanks for tuning in. Says, Fulham defend deep with West Ham is one of the reasons West Ham want Moyes out, so I can't tell if you're being serious. West Ham's defending is poor, and Fulham's main assets are to attack, and I would be very surprised if Fulham or West Ham are capable of defending deep for 90 minutes without allowing City very space. Feel free to clip it and come back to me, but I'm very confident that neither of them sides, they're not defensive teams. They're not naturally defensive teams that are going to sit there with 11 men behind the ball and be good at it as well. Naturally, with how good City are on the ball, that teams are going to sit a little bit deeper, but it's just not their natural game. It's not Arsenal's natural game either. They managed to go to the Etihad in an ultra-negative way and managed to come out with a point. But Arsenal have something to play for. Fulham don't, and also West Ham don't. And for the Arsenal point of view, it shouldn't really be up to these teams to take points off Manchester City to hand them the Premier League title. It was in Arsenal's own hands for a long time. They've taken 4 points off Manchester City. As far as I'm concerned, Arsenal's got no excuse to not win the Premier League this season. They've got themselves to blame. That poor result at home against Aston Villa, that's the game. And if things go how we think things are going to go here, that's the game that everyone's going to look towards. From the City point of view, there's that little sticky patch end of November into December that I'd be looking towards, saying that should have been better from City. But we're at the business end of the season now, so we can see where we go from there. I've seen City in these positions numerous times, and from these numerous times, it is very much one-way traffic, and City are firm favourites. And today's just another game and another hurdle. And if City go on to win this game, there's 2 games to go and all pressure goes on to Arsenal at Old Trafford. And And Arsenal need a response. They need to win. Anything short of that, and the Premier League's just not going to North London. Greg, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Going for a 4-0 win for City. Matty going for a 5-0 win there for Manchester City. Andrew says 3 is better. 3 is much better. I think City will do a nice, confident, comfortable job going with 2 rather than 3. Daniel asked, who do I think will get European football this season? So I think top 4 is going to remain as it is. I think it will be City, Arsenal, Liverpool and Villa. I think it will be 5th place. I'm going to go for Tottenham, 6th place, Newcastle, 7th, Manchester United, 8th, Chelsea. That's what I'm going for. John says, let's have our traditional 1-minute laugh at Manchester United. Love that one. Jart, thanks for tuning in, saying 5-0 Manchester City. Love that. And Colonel says, he agreed, they're not at their best defensive teams when their defences are left alone. But he's sat through with this with Arsenal versus West Ham and Fulham this year. And he's promising that both teams will park the bus. They've got no other choice. They're not capable of going toe-for-toe with your Cities and United, so they're just going to try and sit a little bit deeper. Brentford's tried it against City a couple of times this season and did a very good job. They were very frustrating. I just don't think Fulham's got the quality to do that. And I think it's difficult because there's no competitiveness there, is there? You know, Fulham don't really need to do much today, and they're not going to lose any sleep, nor are West Ham either. They're just going to try and low block this and try and keep the ball out the back of the net, which is why I said it's very important that City come out of the block flying. Arsenal are a great example of this. They love attacking very early. How often do Arsenal score 2 or 3 goals in the first half? How often do Arsenal have games wrapped up in the first half? That's the way to go about things. Mikel Arteta's learnt very well from Pep Guardiola. They've got the same philosophy. They've got the same mindset. They've got the same mentality. They know what it takes. We know what it takes. Fortunately for the City point of view, we've got it in our own hands, and normally when it's at this point in the season, it's in City's own hands, it normally means only one thing. Colonel says Arsenal lost the league, getting 1 point against Fulham, Newcastle away, losing West Ham at home. Villa are a good team, no regrets with that one. As we are just going to obtain a minute silence for Viv Busby. Which I think has turned into a minute's applause there. And nice to see both sets of sides there showing their respects as well. A lovely tribute there. Rightio, players are ready and waiting for kickoff. Manchester City in their home shirts today, which means sky blue shirts, white shorts, sky blue socks. Fulham in their home kits, white shirts, black shorts, black socks. Referee looks ready to go. Pep Guardiola looks like he's enjoying the sunshine. It's Anthony Taylor, the referee today. Hopefully nothing controversial. Referees, of course, coming more and more into the limelight over this season. Fulham are going to get us underway, attacking from left to right. Man City attacking from right to left. And we do have kickoff here for this game in the Premier League. And Fulham already deciding to send a few players forward. Long ball gets sent forward. They do win it in the air. Referee blows his whistle for a free kick there. So there we go. Colonel, coming back to you. I'm enjoying this back and forth conversation that we're having. There's always going to be negative results. It's the joy of the Premier League, isn't it? It's a 38-game marathon season. It's all little spells in the league that you look towards where you say it's not gone quite as well as what we're looking for, and it's these fine margins. I mean, if City end up dropping points in any of these 3 games, I'm immediately going to come to these point games that we dropped points in and saying we had it in our own hands, we knew what we needed to do and we didn't do the job. That's been the fatal blow. There's other things that are leading to that fatal blow, but that's been the blow, and at the moment that Villa game is the fatal blow. Villa are a good side. They outplayed City at Villa Park. They beat us during that little barren spell that I was speaking about at the end of November and the beginning of December. Aston Villa away was one of them as well. Daniel says, City have got West Ham players on the final game. They've got nothing to play for. They do have nothing to play for. They've got absolutely nothing to play for. Doesn't mean they're not going to try and spoil. Fulham are going to try and spoil here. On the left-hand side, into the penalty area. Ball comes in. Early corner for Fulham. So some defending for Manchester City to do. Julia, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Much appreciated. Daniel asks, what should one thing be changed for VAR next season? There's a whole host of things. I'd really like for them to start showing replays in the stadium. I heard Real Madrid did that, and they weren't meant to in midweek in their match against Bayern Munich in the Champions League. It'd be good if everyone in the stadium could see it. It'd be good if they microphone the referee up and the VAR official so they can speak through what's happening like you get in cricket and you get in rugby as well. That'd be good. So some defending here for Manchester City to do. Corner coming in from Fulham. Whipped in, looking for the near post. Headed clear by Rodrigo at the near post. Jack, thanks very much. Shout out to you, absolute legend, with the $1.99 donation. Much appreciated. Remember, guys, if anyone does want to leave any donations, then that would be much appreciated. All money that is earned on this YouTube channel is put back into the channel, whether that be through providing equipment for the channel or it might be towards video ideas and things. That would be much appreciated. So, Jack, big shout out to you, absolute legend, supporting the future content created here on the JSGC channel. Mike, thanks for tuning in. Going 3-1 to Manchester City. Says Diaz playing well there. Covers into space there. I think he managed to get a deflection off the Fulham player after Robinson put a ball in. It did look like a corner to me, but there we go. Goal kick given and a bit of pressure taken off the Man City goal. I said I was looking for City to try and be nice and attacking early on. It's Fulham that are taking the game to Manchester City. John, absolutely spot on there. So City can have their first bit of possession 3 minutes into this game. Commentator's curse, passed straight out of play there by Ruben Dias, trying to find Bernardo Silva. So City need to try. I think City just look a little bit unsettled here early and just try and settle themselves down. That would be good. So, guys, don't forget, leave a thumbs up. We're now 66 likes away from my aim of 100 likes. Any help towards that would be great. Don't forget to subscribe as well if you're new around here. And do go and check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details, they are in the description. So, a throw in here for Fulham. Referee's just having a word with a Fulham player. I'm not too sure what it's about. With Bobby Reid. Mixed, thanks for tuning in. Going for a 3-1 victory today for City. Am I the only one going for 2-0, it seems? Anyway, Fulham go backwards with their throw-in. They're just going to work it all the way back here to Diop. Here's Fulham then. Just knocking it round at the back. They go back to Leno in goal. City managed to do well, actually. Throwing inside City's half, force them all the way back to the keeper. Fulham go over long ball into space. They win the initial header before being cut off by Ruben Dias. How much does Anthony Robinson look up for this? He's been linked with a move to City a couple of times. He's on display. He's on show for everyone to see. So, 4.5 minutes in here at Craven Cottage. No opportunities. We've seen Fulham have a corner. Referee have a discussion with Bobby Reid, and that's all we've seen so far. Nothing to report on from Manchester City as of yet. City just knocking it around. Diaz finds Nathan Ake. Here is Josko Gvardiol now. Finds Kovacic, who can't get his flick right, and Fulham can just work this ball out from the back. Thank you very much, Jack. Much appreciated. So through 5 minutes then, I was hoping City had come all guns blazing in the first 5 minutes. Not happened. Willian with the knockdown. Worked well now into midfield. Fulham can't find the flick. Doesn't ricochet to a City player, so Fulham can have possession again here. Before, a lovely bit of pressing from Bernardo Silva, and that'll be a free kick every single day of the week. Andrea Pereira there. Knows full well what's happening there. Says, I'm going to bring down the man. Rather than allow an opportunity there. A cynical foul. A bit too early to be giving out a yellow card, but he does it again. I imagine referee will put him into the book. 6 minutes in then, still 0-0. Here's Nathan Ake, works it back to Ruben Dias. Here is Manuel Akanji. City just knocking it round on the right-hand side. Akanji finds Ederson. He's got Ake in a little bit of space. City attacking all the home fans in the first half. Second half will be attacking towards the away fans, which the stand used to be shared with neutrals, but I don't think they do that neutral thing anymore. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, as Foden goes down. He wants a throw-in. Referee gives a throw-in to Fulham instead. Get some ironic cheers from the Craven Cottage crowd. City just looking a bit... I don't really know what the word is. They've had a week off, so they're not tired. Rusty, maybe? From not playing for a week when you're so used to playing every 3 to 4 days that you're nice and sharp that I don't know. As Mike says there, the quality of the passing from City is just not quite been on point. The twists, the turns, the creativity, there's not really been much. I know we're only 7 minutes into the game, but it's not been fantastic, but there we go. Fulham's got the oldest average starting 11 age, averaging 28 years and 28.6 years it was on SofaScore. They're averaging just shy of 320 days, so 28 years and 320 days, nearly an average age of 29 on the pitch. As I said, plenty of experience there. Here is De Bruyne, gives the ball away. It's sloppy from City, really sloppy. Fulham doing a real good job pressing, really good job. The question is how long can Fulham keep up the pace of the game? Because they're pressing, they're running, they're sprinting, they're chasing everything. It's hot out there. Don't think it'll be too much of a problem for many of the players from abroad, as they'll be used to far warmer climates. But, you know, once you climatise yourself to the United Kingdom and you end up getting a day where it's pretty humid, not much wind about, and it's, you know, north of 22, 23 like it is today, it can be hard work. Anyway, the City just need to bear with it. Possession early on here. Fulham having more possession than City. City have been sloppy when they have had the ball. Fulham send it long, looking for the flick. Header won by Nathan Ake on the right-hand side for City there. Fulham wanted a free kick, not given, and De Bruyne tries to find his pass, and again doesn't find his pass, and Fulham will just cut that danger out right there. City's midfield's not got control of this game at the moment. Here's Leno. Rolls it out. Bassey then finds Robinson. Been put under pressure here from Bernardo, so he has to go long. Cut off by City. Rodri does well to mop that up. I can't believe Rodri's not been nominated for Player of the Season. It's ridiculous. Haaland and Foden are in there for City, but no Rodri. Staggering. Of course, Declan Rice is in there, though. Rodri's having one of his best creative seasons yet. Scoring goals and grabbing assists. What's going on? Here's Nathan Ake then to Kovacic. Rodri goes back to Kova. Here's Bernardo dropping into space. We'll see how much of an absence not having Kyle Walker available today will be for City on that right-hand side. So used to him bombing forward, creates problems. Akanji's probably, I feel like defensively, he's going to probably want to sit a little bit tighter rather than hog the width there, which is why I thought City may have gone with Jeremy Doku to provide that extra bit of width for us, but they've gone with Bernardo, who's going to go more into midfield. So I imagine that if City are to attack, I can see a lot of these attacks coming on the left-hand side rather than on the right-hand side. Here's Kovacic to Rodri. This is much better from City. Ake to De Bruyne, Rodri to Ake. Good one-touch football from Manchester City, forcing Fulham back. Here's De Bruyne, goes first time, looking for Erling Haaland, puts Bassi under pressure. Leno just clears the lines there for Fulham. Doesn't ricochet to a Fulham player, and all of a sudden, City put the squeeze on to Fulham, and they win the possession back. And here's Rodri then getting back into the Fulham half through Kovacic. Nathan Ake now. Runs come in from Phil Foden, not used by Nathan Ake. Goes back to Kovacic. I think City are just happy just to have a little bit of possession and knock the ball around, give him a bit of confidence. Rodri works it to the right. Bernardo Silva does well. Under pressure there as well. Finds Akanji. Here's Rodri then to Phil Foden. Kovacic. He's got options, both left and right. Kovacic just goes back to Ruben Dias. Back to Kovacic once more. Kovacic dropping in very deep for City at the mo. Foden then to Ake. Here's Gvardiol. He's got the run of Foden if he wants to use him. He doesn't use him. De Bruyne goes back to Gvardiol. Good work from Gvardiol. Oh, it's a striker's finish from Josko Gvardiol. What a player he is becoming. And Manchester City take an early lead here at Craven Cottage. It's slick Manchester City at their very best. And Josko Gvardiol with a striker's finish, cool as you like, weaker right foot, into the back of the net. Sublime. Absolutely sublime. It's a thing of beauty from City. Josko Gvardiol, take a bow. Wowzers. That is a thing of beauty. It's pure football, that, from Manchester City. Absolutely wonderful. First shot of the game. Fulham haven't played bad at all. Josko Gvardiol, wow. You'd think it was Erling Haaland on the end of that. I mean, Pep Guardiola didn't even celebrate. He says, keep it calm, keep it going. City now, all-important opening goal. Need to ensure now that they keep pushing, try and find that killer 2-goal cushion. As I said, Fulham's game plan just undone. They've done nothing wrong. They've pressed Manchester City. They've been in the face of City. They've squeezed City. They've put City under pressure. City haven't looked comfortable. City have found a way. And there's that opening goal. And as I said, City now need to just try and push on, see if they can find that second goal. And if they can get that second goal, you fancy that might just be that. Here's Fulham trying to come forward. Ball gets worked back to Ederson. There's a coming together. Referee wants to stop the play there. Absolutely brilliant stuff from Josko Gvardiol. Absolutely brilliant. Nadir, it explains it. Thanks for tuning in. Gvardiol used to be a striker. Can tell it's a brilliant finish from Josko Gvardiol. And I've been saying it over the last few weeks. Josko Gvardiol's really coming into his own. Really coming into his own. There was talk 4 months back of him being a £70 million flop. He's not a flop at all. He's an outstanding talent. He's so good. Ederson sends a ball long looking for Haaland, and Leno has to knee it clear. And under all kinds of pressure here, Fulham, De Bruyne chooses to keep it in rather than have a corner. Goes for the early cross. Bernardo knocks it down. Haaland just can't get his foot round it. And over the top of the crossbar there for City. Better stuff that from Manchester City. Mordecai, I don't think it is true about Mark Goldbridge. I think Mark Goldbridge has just been milking the situation. I can't imagine Manchester City, with everything they've got going on, are too bothered about the words of a Nottingham Forest fan, if I'm being honest. Mike says, Noel in the crowd like everyone else, no VIP. You get your best experience with the fans there. It is things you love to see. I reckon he'll be in a box, though, at Wembley for the Cup final there from Noel Gallagher. Here's Fulham then. Looking sharp. Willian burst forward. Plays the ball forward. Good clearance that from Ake, and it's out for a throw-in, and Ake's gone down feeling a heap of pain. He's asked for play to be stopped there. Overstretching possibly. He's feeling something on his foot. That isn't good. Ake looks in all kinds of pain. It's a problem with his foot. He keeps feeling his foot. He looks like he's struggling to walk. Kyle Walker goes out to warm up. He wants to continue here, Ake, see how he feels. Fulham just take the throw in short and take it backwards. Willian works it all the way back here to Diop. He's got Castagne as the option on the right. He uses it. Diop again. He's got Bassi on his left. Goes to Bassi. Under pressure from De Bruyne, so he'll work it all the way back to Leno in goal. Leno then back to Bassi. Here's Robinson on the left. Finds Willian. Willian nearly gives the ball away. Out for a throw into Fulham, though. Robinson to take. Julia, his real name is Brent. Kevin De Bruyne on 111 assists now. I think he's joint second most Premier League assists behind Ryan Giggs. Fair amount behind Ryan Giggs. He's going to have to end his career at City, De Bruyne is, if he wants to try and overtake Ryan Giggs' record. He's 51 behind. Kevin De Bruyne on 111, Ryan Giggs on 162, and Fulham nearly give the ball away, but they played the ball into the channel, and they do really well here. I thought they were going to have a shot. They don't. They try and play the ball into the box. It doesn't work, and City sloppy again in possession. Just give the ball away. Here's Willian. Going to go with a cross. Not the best of balls into the box. Headed clear by City. Falls nicely on the edge of the penalty area here for Iwobi. Oh, that's a good ball from Iwobi, and Bobby Reid just couldn't get it under his spell, and out of play for a goal kick to City. Just couldn't quite get a good enough touch there, Bobby Reid. Seamus, thanks for tuning in. Josko Gvardiol with the goal for City today. Don't forget, guys, please do leave a thumbs up. We are 60 likes away from 100 likes. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you are new around here. And do go and check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details there in the description. It is a free app to download. You can use the QR code on screen as well. That would be much appreciated. SofaScore is free and keep you up to date with all the latest scores for all the sports you guys love to follow. Here's City then with possession. Bernardo Silva works it to the right. Here's Akanji. Back to Bernardo. That's not the best of passes from Bernardo, and it's given away. A really sloppy passes. Just how many times does that happen? Okay, how's he running? Looks like he's in pain. And he's going to put the ball out. And he's going to ask to go off. There you go. Daniel says, hoping City can grab another 5 goals. I'm just focused on the win. Yeah, it's a shame for Nathan Ake. Feeling some kind of discomfort in his foot. City are going to chuck on Kyle Walker. That's going to mean Akanji's going to go in on the right-hand side. From the right-hand side, sorry, to the centre. And I imagine he'll go further ahead of Diaz. Is what's going to happen. And Walker's going to go on that right-hand side. I mean, it could be a straight swap. Move Akanji across. To the left. You can play anywhere. It's a whole good thing about Manuel Akanji. He's very versatile. Jamie, thanks for tuning in. Happy anniversary. Good times. Good times. On the positive, at least we, I don't think we did anyway, had Danny Mills. That's a great finish from Gvardiol. It's a brilliant finish. Code, thanks for tuning in. Says, come on City, from a Scots fan. Been a fan since he was a wee boy in the late 60s, early 70s era. Love that. Thank you very much, Code, for tuning in. I presume tuning in from Scotland as well. Lovely country, Scotland. Stu, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, all good from me and the household with Mrs. JSGC as well. Thank you for asking. So, Akanji's, I think it's just a straight swap with Akanji and Ake. So, Akanji's gone from the right to the left and Walker's come on and he goes on the right. That's a good ball into the channel for Phil Foden. 23 minutes in here at Craven Cottage. City lead by 1-0 from Josko Gvardiol's effort. Daniel, who do I think has been the best young player in the Premier League? I mean, Phil Foden's been nominated for it, but I think Phil Foden should be the player of the season. So if that's the case, I'd probably give the young player of the season. I don't think it's fair to give Phil Foden both awards. So I would, I'd probably give it to Cole Palmer, who's been outstanding for Chelsea so far this season. Julia, I've already had my first wedding anniversary. It was last year, so on to my second year. Still not divorced, so doing something right. But yeah, end of October is my anniversary. Here's Willian. Fulham just knocking it around. A patient game. City just need to have the wits about them. They really do. It's a very delicate part of this game. And that's a good ball played across to Ederson. You won't meet Mrs. JSGC. Camera shy. She doesn't like the camera. Whereas I love the camera. Here's Akanji for City. Fulham just... they're taking a breather. I said, when's that squeeze going to come off City? And they're going to take a step back. Kind of happening for Fulham now, which is why I said it's a very delicate part of the game. Oh, that's a good ball from Kovacic to Gvardiol. He goes across. Trying to find Foden. Finds De Bruyne instead. And a shot comes in from Bernardo Silva and doesn't make clean connection. It's a real comfortable save that for Leno. Borderline onside, offside there, Gvardiol. So if City had scored, that would have gone for a VAR check. Julia, time is passing by very quickly. Very quickly. It's been a quick game this so far, and also just passing by. It doesn't seem like it was 4 years since we was in lockdown and it was COVID. Feels like it's like a year or two ago. And here we are 4 years later. Time's just disappearing. Throw in here for Fulham on the edge of the City penalty area. Fulham still yet to have an effort on goal, which Arsenal fans watching, I'm sure, won't be too keen to hear that. But as I said, Fulham haven't, I don't think, been too bad. I do feel like that goal's just taken the motivation away from them. And I feel like if City want to just try and push and find that killer second goal, I think Fulham's heads will go. They've got nothing to play for. There's no motivation out there. They'll just want to not be battered. Mario, he's injured his foot, the bottom of his foot he was feeling when stretching and clearing a ball out for a throw-in. So I'm not too sure what he's done to it. Clearly feeling some kind of discomfort that he tried to carry on. He seemed like he was moving okay. Not great, but certainly not limping. So we'll await the what the physios say and the report back on that, and see. Hopefully he'll be back sooner rather than later. A quality player. De Bruyne couldn't quite thread the ball in for Haaland. Fulham give the ball away though to Rodri. Here's Kovacic now, making himself be known. Kovacic really started to embed himself in the City squad over the last few months. Here is Akanji then back to Kovacic. Daniel, no, I weren't a real fan of COVID crowds either. No one in the stadium. It felt all a bit soulless. I mean, it was great for my channel that everyone was at home and everyone were watching YouTube and watching the watchalongs and everything. And growth of the channel was brilliant. But there's nothing like a game experience. And I always say if there's anyone watching from around the world who wants to witness what it's like to watch a Manchester City game, I'd always say that get yourself to Manchester at some point and watch a match at the Etihad Stadium. You can't beat the in-match experience that you get. It's like no other as effort comes in from Bernardo. A better connection, from Foden. A better connection there from Foden from what Bernardo Silva's effort was. It was a similar range, makes a better connection. Problem is it's straight at the keeper, so he has to go on his tiptoes. And stinger of the hands, save for Leno and for Fulham. Either side, it might have been causing some problems. I think I agree with Barry and Julia's answer there, Daniel. Who's been flop of the season so far? United have been terrible. Do you know, I'm going to chuck out Burnley because they were really good in the Championship and I had high expectations. I thought they'd have comfortably stayed up in the Premier League, but I think they're just showcasing that being able to play nice, attractive attacking football doesn't really work unless you've got the quality defence as well. I don't think they've been a flop. I just don't think they've anywhere near hit the heights, and I think Burnley are struggling a little bit because I think they're too good for the Championship and they're not good enough for the Premier League, and I think you're starting to see that more and more for the exchange between Championship and Premier League. Really good to see Ipswich Town come up though. Breath of fresh air, that. Fantastic. Managing really well. Decent sized club. I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do in the Premier League, and I'm looking forward to City playing Ipswich. It'll be a breath of fresh air to play someone new. They've not been in the Premier League for, 20-odd years. A trip to Portman Road for City next season. It's a proper old-fashioned ground as well, Portman Road. Seamus, no, Brighton have sold a lot of players. They've not really hit the heights of what they hit last season either. I try to think who's exceeding expectations. I think Everton, from the position that they were in, have done well with a points deduction. It would have been very easy for them just to have thrown a tantrum, but they've got on with it and stayed up with games to spare. So I think Sean Dyche has done a very good job. Aston Villa, of course, been one of the standout teams. They managed to seal Champions League football. It's an amazing achievement. Newcastle, not been as good as last season, but they've certainly not been bad. And it's all about if, when you're in them spells like with Spurs and Newcastle, if you're not going to finish in the Champions League spot, you want to be making sure that you are finishing in Europa League spots at the very least. And it's a really good gateway into Europe, the Europa League. You win the Europa League, you're into the Champions League without needing to finish in the top four. Is Bernardo then for City. through 30 minutes. Don't forget, guys, leave a thumbs up. Now 7 likes away from 50 likes. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you're new around here, and do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details there in the description. Let's have a look and see how Lancashire are getting on. Let's have a look. We'll head on to cricket in the UK. Lancashire 331 all out. Notts 31 for 1 after 10 overs. It's not not too bad. Daniel, what player has been a flop? It's a good question. Here's Akanji. I'll come back to it in a second. Gvardiol on the edge of the penalty area here is Rodri. Rodri Rocket? Nah, doesn't want it. Do you know what? Calvin Phillips' loan to West Ham might be up there. He's one of the flops of the season. He's terrible. Here's Rodri. Oh, he does ever so well. Works the ball out to Bernardo. Will sit up. Chips one back over to Rodri. Fulham defending well there. Here's Akanji. Cross to Gvardiol. I said the City's attack's going to come down this left-hand side. Just looks more fluent. Mason Mount's a good shout. What was he? £50-odd million. Spent most of the season injured. Here's De Bruyne into the penalty area. Haaland trying to thread a pass through to De Bruyne, and Fulham do well to defend and get that one clear. A better touch there, and Fulham could have had possession on that too, but doesn't fall nicely, and City can get possession back, and Akanji just chips one over for Gvardiol and does really well there. Gvardiol gets a corner there for Manchester City. I'm trying to think who the new signings were for last season. Where's the big money being spent? Chelsea don't tend to do very good signings. When did they sign Nicholas Jackson? He's just not been very good at all. Here's De Bruyne, floats one in. Gvardiol puts his head onto it. It's easy clearance there for Fulham. I'm not too sure what City are looking for from that corner, but here we are. Here's Rodri. Lovely feet from Rodri. He puts a ball in. It's a better ball in that. Headed clear by Fulham. They deal with the danger well. Through 33 minutes, City lead 1-0. Josko Gvardiol with the goal for City today. Here is Bernardo Silva. Finds a pass to Ruben Dias. Here's Rodri to Akanji. That's a good ball. Has Bernardo kept that in? Oh, wow. Fantastic from Bernardo Silva. Real good defending that from Robinson. City now having nearly 80% possession in the last 5 minutes. Starting to dominate the ball. Mario, thanks for tuning in. That's a good question. Ortega leaves. Who would we want to go for? It all depends on how much money we're willing to spend. We have been getting linked with the lad from Lazio. But it all depends on how much you want to invest in him, because he doesn't sound that keen on leaving Lazio. He wants to stay. So I'm not too sure if we'll make a move or not, or his agent's playing games or not. Christos Mandas, the Greek 22-year-old goalkeeper we've been getting linked with. I've never seen him play, so I don't know too much about him. There's always hidden gems out there that City seem to pluck out of nowhere. They plucked Ortega out of nowhere. I always liked Zach Stefan. I always thought he was a good goalkeeper. I thought he got a lot of slack for his performance in the Cup semi-final against Liverpool, particularly with that massive gaffer Sadio Mane. But other than that, I always thought he was a pretty solid goalkeeper. His confidence was just shattered after that game. And then we bring Ortega in, and he's a high-quality goalkeeper. We brought him in from Bielefeld over in Germany for free, plucked out of nowhere. Signed at the same time as Haaland, didn't he? Got announced at the same time as Haaland. He's a high-quality keeper. Too good to be sat on City's bench, if we're all being truthful, and he'll be a big loss. Question is, will Mandas be happy to come and sit on the bench? If City do want to bring a new keeper in, if it's not going to be Mandas, who's it going to be? Because you always want a high-quality second-choice keeper, just in case. Very important position. Your number 2 is Iwobi. Plays a good ball here. Ball comes in, it's deep. Needs defending by City, and Gvardiol does well. Doesn't do well with the pass, though, given away. Julia, I'm looking forward to seeing the Man United-Arsenal match. How are United going to respond? What are they going to do? And Crystal Palace absolutely annihilated United on Monday night. Embarrassing. Things you love to see. Amelia, thanks for tuning in. Reckons we're going to be winning by 5. Mike reckons we're needing new future replacements for Silva, for Bernardo Silva and Kevin De Bruyne. Age is getting up. He thinks we could have a look at Jude Bellingham. I don't see Jude Bellingham. He sounded very happy at Real Madrid after that comeback against Bayern Munich. I don't particularly like Jude Bellingham's antics either. I think he's a bit overrated. Interesting to see how he does for England in the Euros, because obviously being playing for Real Madrid and a regular starter for them, he's going to be coming into the England squad. So not the best of passes there from Foden, looking for Haaland, too much on it, and Leno will just cut that off. So it'll be interesting to see what the reception is around Bellingham. I imagine everyone will just put blame onto Southgate, saying he's playing him in the wrong position. Mario, I would like to stream the United-Arsenal game. We'll see how much free time I've got tomorrow. If I do, I'll put the link out on my channel. If not, then I don't. We'll see how much free time I've got. I will be paying attention to it, though. You mark my words. Kovacic, it's a cracking ball here for De Bruyne in space. Here's De Bruyne then. He's looking for the shot. Just tries to bend it round Diop. He couldn't bend it round him. It goes out for a corner instead. Haaland had made a good run. And De Bruyne just couldn't quite get it right. It was a great ball from Kovacic that first time on the half volley. Would I take Frankie de Jong? I think he's a good player. I think I'd like Florian Wirtz, I think, as my Kevin De Bruyne replacement long term. I don't think we'll sign him this season, this summer though. Mike, I think you're spot on. I think Southgate is very much a problem. But England have got high quality players that need to turn up. I'm not buying into the excuses anymore. You know, they've got one of the best squads in Europe. It should be competing minimum semi-final. It should be giving the very best of teams in Germany this summer a game. And if they aren't, there's got to be question marks about why, starting with the manager. Ball comes in towards Haaland from the corner. Didn't make any contact, and City will just work it backwards here. Kyle Walker will work it back to Ederson. So we're approaching half-time, just 7 minutes to go. Still City lead by a goal to 0. We've not really done much. We've scored a goal. There's been the odd chance here and there, but it's not been a classic game of football, this. Not been a nervy game of football. It's just not been a classic good game. Daniel, I think Cole Palmer 100% should be on that plane. He should be a good option for England as well. In particular, if things are going to a penalty shootout, I wouldn't mind seeing Cole Palmer coming on. Thought City could have done with Cole Palmer actually against Real Madrid a few weeks back in the penalty shootout. Got a good penalty on him. That's a good ball and just about dealt with by City. Ruben Dias gets his foot onto it. Fulham wanted a back pass. Weren't a pass, he just put his foot onto it. Here's Gvardiol then to De Bruyne. Back to Gvardiol. Again, City just need to be careful. The threat from Fulham is there. Andrew, I'm just hoping we won't park the bus as well. It's not an excuse to be parking the bus. You know, you got your Fodens, your Bellinghams, your Harry Kanes, your Bukayo Sakas, your Jack Grealishes, Declan Rice. There's so many good options there for England. Defensively, I think maybe a little bit suspect. You know, you got Kyle Walker, Alexander-Arnold. John Stones. Left. Harry Maguire's probably going to be given the nod because Gareth Southgate likes using Harry Maguire. And to be fair, he's never really put a foot wrong in the tournaments for England, Harry Maguire. Jordan Pickford will be given the nod. What do you go for at left back? Luke Shaw if he's fit. Anyway, we've got that all to look forward to. I've got a trip to Germany to look forward to as well, right at the beginning of the tournament. Going to be checking out a game between the Netherlands. Hoping Nathan Ake will be fit for that. It'd be good to go and see Nathan Ake live and in person in Germany for the Euros. The Netherlands taking on Poland. And JSGC gang will be there. As De Bruyne tries to get it to flick. We've got flag ready. We've got sticker ready as well for the European Championships. We're good to go. Really looking forward to it. Should be a good summer of football. Malusia, we're watching the England squad. Well, we've got nothing else to talk about, my friend. There is zilch happening in this game. Absolutely nothing. Fulham are knocking it round, not creating or having any shots. City aren't really doing much. They're getting into good positions and then fluffing the lines. Not really much else to talk about. We scored the goal from Gvardiol. I don't want to spend 42 minutes speaking about Josko Gvardiol's goal, though. So we need talking points when we're speaking about England. So thought it was worthwhile giving it a mention. Julia says, I liked Cole. Should Pep have used him more? Yes, he should. He really came into his own for City in August, I thought. I really do think City should have used him more. He wanted to leave. That's the problem. And because he wanted to leave, it never worked out, unfortunately. Mario, we do need a couple more goals. It'd be nice to get this killer second goal before half-time. Really would. And Malushi, it's all good. Just we've got nothing else to talk about. Feel free to get your topic of conversation in the live chat because Fulham give the ball away. There's not much going on. There's nada. Here's Kovacic to Walker. Rodri. Oh, it's a good bursting run here. Here's City in space. Can sort the feet out. Deflection. Takes it away from goal and out for a corner to City. Can we do something from the corner? Mario said City need to use Gomez more. I can see Gomez leaving on loan this summer. He does have bright sparks, though. He just needs more opportunities, doesn't he? I think it'd do him the world of good to give him a season of competitive action. He was getting linked with a loan move to the likes of your Fenerbahce's and your Galatasaray's in Turkey back in January. As De Bruyne takes it short to Foden. Back to De Bruyne. Goes with a cross. It's a good ball in. There's a tap in at the back post. Akanji with the tap in and he's put it over. That's the opening that we've been looking for. It was on a plate by KDB. Akanji just waits and he puts his foot over it. I can't believe he's missed. Dave says expected an easy win there for Wire, for Warrington. Says got the win in the end. We'll settle for that. Same with City. Yeah, it's the same, isn't it? You don't really care. As long as you win, I'm not that fussed. It'd be great to win by loads. But here we are. Here's Iwobi. Cross comes in. It's good defending. It's a good ball in, that really good ball in from Fulham. Good defending from Father Ruben Dias. And this game just starting to open up a little bit here just before half-time. Here's Kyle Walker. Finds Erling Haaland. His pass finds Phil Foden now. He's got options on the left. Here's De Bruyne. Bernardo's going to provide an overlap here for De Bruyne. De Bruyne don't want to use him. He looks for Haaland himself, and it's not the best of balls. Falls here to Rodri. Doesn't sit nicely for Rodri to do a Rodri rocket. Might we get a Kyle Walker 40-yard attempt to here? No. City just knocking it round. Here is Bernardo Silva with an early ball in and headed clear and out for a corner. Fulham wanted a free kick for a push from Haaland on Diop, not given by the referee, and out for a corner. Code says winning ugly is perfectly acceptable at this time of the season. 3-1. The 3-1-0 result will do nicely. It will. Win 1-0 here. Win 1-0 against Spurs. Win 1-0 as well against West Ham. We're Premier League champions. It's all about perfection. It's all about easing anxiety. And you always feel like at 1-0, teams are always in the game. And you're playing a dangerous game. 2-0 just settles everybody down. And the opponent's heads just drop, don't they? Which is what City will be looking for. So we've got 2.5 minutes left of added time. We're into the first of 3 minutes added on before half time. So don't forget, guys, do leave a thumbs up now. 3 likes away from 50 likes. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe if you're new around here, and do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details there in the description. It's a perfect time this for City to get a second goal and change the Fulham game plan, change their half-time team talk. Here's De Bruyne looking for Haaland, turns, loses his footing, falls to Gvardiol though. He gets tackled. Here's Rodri. He does well there, Rodri. Finds Kovacic. Here's Bernardo Silva now. Back to Rodri. Here's Ruben Dias. Recently single as well. The recently single Ruben Dias. Ball comes over looking for Haaland. Too much on it. And out for a goal kick to Fulham. So that'll chip away another few seconds to the clock as Palhinha's gone down. Feeling a bit of discomfort. Palhinha saw a deadline day move to Bayern Munich fall through on the final day of the summer transfer window. So he remained a Fulham player since. He didn't take part in Man City's, I think it's 5-0 annihilation of Fulham back at the Etihad Stadium at the beginning of September. Palhinha back in action here, and Fulham a lot tighter, playing better than what they did in that afternoon. Nadir reckons 2-0 City win. I went for 2-0. That was my prediction as well. Mike says 2 goals should be in the second half. Fingers crossed. Hopefully it's not too far away. So City have got just less than a minute, 50 seconds remaining here of the first half. Can we muster up maybe one more opportunity? We've seen Akanji go very close as ball gets given away. City's slick passing, apart from for that goal for Gvardiol, has not really been on point, has it? It's not been the best. John's still sticking with 7-1 to Manchester City. Going to in for a heap of goals in the second half. Here is Diop. Goes back to Palhinha. Fulham are just happy just to knock this round and coast to half time. They know they've got 15 seconds to navigate the way through. They've got possession. City just trying to put a bit of press on. City know that half-time isn't too far away. And all round pretty solid. And that will be half-time here then at Craven Cottage. Manchester City leading by 1-0. Do get your half-time thoughts, guys, in the live chat. That would be great. So we're going to go through the statistics using today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore. Just going to roll my promo video right now while I get that loaded up. Muchas gracias there to SofaScore for sponsoring today's live watch along. I would appreciate anybody checking them out. Links and details, they are in the description. That would be great if anybody would download using my link, either using the QR code on the screen or the link in the description or the link in the live chat. It does help to support the future content created here on my channel. It's very highly rated. It's a high quality app. Going to be providing your half-time analysis for you guys to enjoy, where you can check out all the very latest live commentary, build-up, line-up, statistics, standings, details for the games, along with all the other scores that you guys love to go and check out. So Manchester City's expected goal rate at 1.34, so we scored a goal, so we're matching our expected goal rate right now. Fulham's XG at 0 because they've had 0 shots, so yeah. City have had 7 shots, 3 on target, 1 goal. Probably should have scored through Akanji's sitter that City missed as well. So we probably should be 2-0 up. So we do still have some work to do in the second half. City dominating the ball, 67% possession compared with 33% possession for Fulham. Fulham probably were dominating the ball more in the first 10 minutes, but Manchester City managed to get a grip on the game and capitalise upon their opportunity, falling on 13 minutes with an assist for Kevin De Bruyne and a goal for Josko Gvardiol. It's a thing of beauty. If you've not seen the goal, check out the highlights after the game. It was a thing of beauty. It was a brilliant football goal scored by Josko Gvardiol, a typical striker's finish as well from the, well, he's maybe a centre-back who's more of a full-back, who likes to play out wide, who has the freedom of that left-hand side for Manchester City. City have had 3 corners compared with 1 for Fulham. Fulham 3 fouls compared with none for Manchester City. 11 throw-ins for Fulham, 3 for Manchester City. 3 goal kicks for Fulham and 2 for Manchester City. No big chances for Fulham. Not created too much. They're keeping themselves in the game. As I said, City just need to be pushing, try and get that killer second goal. And I think if City do get that killer second goal, I can see City going on to take the 3 points from this game. But we're not there yet, so we're not counting our chickens just yet. City have managed to create a couple of big chances. Missed one big chance and put the other away through Josko Gvardiol. Their keeper Leno made a couple of saves. Ederson, bored Ederson, had nothing to do so far, as we do hit halfway likes now to 100 likes from 50 likes. 50 to go for 100 likes. Any help towards that, guys, would be great. 5 out of 6 dribbles successful for Fulham, 3 out of 6 for Manchester City. Fulham have lost possession 52 times. City have lost it 45 times. Yeah, it's very surprising from City. There we go. City's pass accuracy at 94%. You won't believe it, but City have given the ball away a few times. It has been quite noticeable. 424 passes for City, completed 94%, so 397 passes completed. For Fulham, 204 passes, 168 of them completed at a pass completion rate of 82%. Fulham have attempted 8 crosses into the box, and 1 of them has connected. City attempting 8 crosses into the box as well, and connecting with 4. That's a decent return for Manchester City as well. Fulham have had 7 tackles compared with 3 for Manchester City, 3 interceptions for Fulham, 4 for Manchester City, 10 clearances for Fulham, and 7 for Manchester City. We see Nathan Ake go off injured as well, and Kyle Walker come on, and Akanji did start on the right-hand side, now playing on the left-hand side. Fulham needed more creativity. Man City need to find another goal to try and kill it off. That's where we're at half-time. But as it stands, City on course for 3 points. And if that is the case, Man City will be going top for at least 24 hours if this was full-time, with us on 85 points, Arsenal on 83 points ahead of Arsenal's game against Manchester United away tomorrow. City have their game in hand on Tuesday before we have the final game of the season next Sunday. And of course, we'll have live watch-alongs for the Spurs game and for the West Ham game as well, in what will hopefully be Man City making history and making it an unprecedented first time ever 4 Premier League titles in a row, which would be a miraculous achievement. Just having a look around the ground, you've got some games, plenty of games actually in the Premier League at 3 p.m. BST. You've got Bournemouth taking on Brentford, Everton taking on Sheffield United, Newcastle taking on Brighton, Spurs taking on Burnley. Keep an eye on that. Remember, Spurs, if they drop points against Burnley, their Champions League hopes are done and dusted. They've got nothing to play for going into that game against City on Tuesday, which would be a massive bonus. Burnley could be relegated today. West Ham taking on Luton, huge game for Luton down at the bottom. Wolves taking on Crystal Palace as well. And in the evening kickoff, you've got a huge game for Nottingham Forest down at the bottom, taking on Chelsea. Nottingham Forest could be saved today, and Luton could also be relegated along with Burnley and Chelsea. They want European spots next season, want to try and put Manchester United under pressure. So keep an eye on their results. Keep an eye on what Newcastle do against Brighton. It just, Man United's going to be more than likely a must-win game for them against Arsenal tomorrow, and a must-win game for Arsenal too. So, very exciting. In terms of early kickoffs, you do have one game, I think, taking place right now. You've got the Old Firm at Celtic Park at Parkhead. You've got Celtic taking on Rangers. Celtic did go 2-0 up in that game. Rangers managed to pull a goal back to make it 2-1, which it's 2-1 at half-time there right now. However, Lundstrom's been sent off just before half-time for Rangers, so they're down to 10 men and losing, and very much looking like that's going to be that in the SPFL. Sumesh, thanks for tuning in, says, poor in the final third from Manchester City. It's not been City at their absolute best. There's not been too much creativity. It's been enough for what we're looking for. We need to keep pushing, see if we can find one more goal, and I think that might just be enough to pick up the all-important 3 points from this game. So, guys, I do have some half-time entertainment for you guys to enjoy, and as it's sunny outside and we're getting our first taste of spring and summer here in the United Kingdom, it seemed only fitting that I was going to do a summer cocktail drink provided for by my partner channel, Mixed. Links and details there in the description, and this is Mixed doing one of my favourite drinks. This is the zombie cocktail. Sit back, relax, and I'll see you ready for the second half.
Hi guys, Mixid here. Is the final summer cocktail and drinks in our series for this year, number 14, and it's only appropriate we go with the famous zombie cocktail. The zombie cocktail was created by Don Beach in 1934. The trouble with the zombie is Don Beach never shared his recipe, so this is very hard to get. So you can't do this wrong or right. But I've been doing a bit of research on his original recipe back in 1934. I am going to try to recreate Don Beach's original from 1934. So I will show you how to make this version of the zombie cocktail. First we pour in in the next video. Cheers.
Sorry, guys. You think I'd have better timing? I don't. Right, yeah, we're still waiting for the second half. Thank you very much to Mixid for providing today's half-time entertainment as well. That was much appreciated. As I said, I love a zombie cocktail. There we go, drink all sorted, ready for the second half. Good stuff. Thank you, John. Much appreciated. Dudley says, still reckon City winning 3-1. Nadir says we've got our very own Gvardiol, our new Gvardiol Gundogan combo. The big goals at the big time. Love that. Do love that. Rightio then. It looks like Fulham are making a change. A couple of changes actually at half time. 1-0, deciding to twist. So Adama Traore, he's not oiled himself up. He's going to be coming on to give a bit more pace here for Fulham. So Kyle Walker's probably going to be told to man mark him. Tom Kien is going to be the other. So Bobby Reid and Willian come off. Nadir says Fulham lacking a goal threat. I mean, sometimes all you need is to be able to score one goal, and that should be enough to win a game. You're not wrong. I always call for City to have the ability to keep clean sheets. You're just always looking for the reassurance of the second goal. John, enjoy the Shipyard Pale Ale from Maine, United States of America. Very nice. I'm just on Sprite. Not too exotic. Rightio, players are lined up. City are going to be attacking from left to right. Doesn't look like City are making any changes for the second half. Already made one change in the first half. Ake coming off because he was injured. Alright, just waiting for Anthony Taylor to get us underway. And there we go. We do have kick-off for the second half. A big second half here for Manchester City. I've taken the risky decision not to go with a fan for the second half. So here we go. As we're now 46 likes away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe if you're new around here. And do go and check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details there in the description. So here is Bernardo Silva for Manchester City. Works a pass over to Akanji playing on the left-hand side of defence today. Here's Gvardiol. Goal scorer for City's only goal in this game so far. Here's Bernardo Silva in midfield for City. Here's Akanji now. He works the ball back to Ederson. City again just knocking this ball around. I mean, 94% pass completion rate shows that City were knocking it round really nicely in the first half. But there were a couple of times where City's distribution probably wasn't where we wanted it to be. In the end, City keep hold of the ball, and handball given against Fulham there. It looked like they were obstructing the ball for me. There we go. Colonel, have I got the receipts for the cocktails? Mixid puts them in his description, so if you check out his channel, they're in there. If you would like me to, for the halftime entertainment, if you would like me to copy the recipes over into my description, I never really thought about it, but if you do want me to do that, then of course I can do that for you guys. That is something you want. Alternatively, yeah, if you just go on Mixid's link in the description, you just go on his channel and you'll find all of his videos there with his description in his own description. John says, new Joker film. I'm really looking forward to that film. The first one was good. That's a good pass into the channel here. Have City managed to keep themselves on side is the question. The answer is yes. Here is Akanji now. Foden, De Bruyne takes a good touch. Haaland trying to drop into space. Bassey's done a good job on Haaland. Here's Walker to Bernardo. Foden. Not seen too much, I didn't think, in the first half of Foden. And City should be able to regroup and pick the pocket there of Alex Iwobi, former Everton man. I've enjoyed, if you watch the trailer of the new Joker film, right at the end when I think it's Lady Gaga puts the lipstick on the screen and you've got Joaquin Phoenix moving his face across to get the smile of the Joker on his mouth. Brilliant cinematic shot. When's the film out? What's the date? What we're looking at? Thingy's out as well. Beetlejuice. New Beetlejuice film's out in September. October, there you go. September, October, it's the time to be. Really looking forward to it. It should be a good film. Here's Kevin De Bruyne. Too much on that. That's how to play for a throw-in. Right idea. Colonel says, can try him through the summer then with the good weather. Yeah, as I said, you want me to put them in my description, I can do that. Mike, I've not seen the new Batman films. I struggle to deteriorate myself away from how good of a job Christian Bale did as Batman. And how well Christopher Nolan did on the films. To me, it's just a legendary trilogy. Can't be topped. Doesn't need any more Batman films. It's the best. Just leave it, as far as I'm concerned. It's a big franchise, so they're always going to do other films. Yeah, no. It's peaked, as far as I'm concerned. It's peaked. I like the Joker idea, going down different avenues, exploring the different DC characters. John's madly in love with Lady Gaga. John, I agree. Maxed it, took it to its full potential, and it's just, yeah. Hans Zimmer with the music as well for the film. It's just legendary. Mario says, who will return from the Premier League from the Championship playoffs? I'm going a bit of an outside curveball. I'm going West Bromwich Albion. I'd like to see them or Norwich City ahead of Southampton or Leeds, just because I can see Southampton or Leeds just yo-yoing. Although, saying that, Norwich love a yo-yo as well, so... there we go. It's been a little while since we've seen the Baggies in the Premier League, so send them up. Christopher Nolan is a high-quality director and producer. He's a fantastic. One of, if not the best. Ball comes in from Fulham. Not very good and out of play for a goal kick to Manchester City. Nadir reckons that second goal. I hope you're right, my friend. Reckons it's coming soon. Is he a Sir Christopher Nolan? Is he a Sir now? I missed that. Mike says, yeah, you know, I don't mind the Adam West Batmans either. Chuck that out there. We'll chuck that out there. Right, we're through 52 minutes. Still City lead by a goal to nil. There's nothing happening in this game, is there? It's as drab a game as you could imagine. I'm just happy that City are 1-0 up because I reckon I'm getting so frustrated if this was 0-0. I really do. City just need to try and get that second goal to kill this off, and it might come now. Here's Haaland to De Bruyne. Bernardo! Good save from Leno. Who made the run at the back post? Someone swinging off the crossbar. Who was that? Was it Haaland? Someone made a run at the back post. Can't see who it was. Might see it from this angle. So good save from Leno. Gets down really well. I think it was Haaland. Anyway, De Bruyne then. City attacking this away end featuring Noel Gallagher for the second half. Can we make something happen? De Bruyne to take. Oh, looking for a goal from a corner. Goes into the roof of the net. Was it Bolton Wanderers who scored from a corner in their playoff game against Barnsley in the first leg the other week? You need to, if you're going from that right-hand side, you need to go with your left foot. Swung it in. Missed everybody into the back of the net. Colonel saying, well done, Leno. Stay in it, lad. Operation stay in it and hope. I think the problem Fulham are having is they're not creating anything. It is just a case of trying to stay in it whilst it's 1-0 as Fulham have got themselves a free kick. Mario makes a good point. Can we get Julian Alvarez on? There's Akanji there. Oh no, is it a foul on Munitz on Akanji? Elbows him! That was a nasty elbow from Munitz on Akanji. And Fulham have got a free kick off that. That was naughty. No further punishment, and Fulham have got a free kick off. That was a nasty little elbow. So he's been held by Akanji. Weren't happy, so he's just done that. Is there a reason why the commentators and nobody's making more of a deal of it? Am I making the most of it? That was yeah. Naughty from Munitz that. Just elbows him in the head. Here we are. City get the ball back here. Fulham fans not happy. Kovacic just works it back to Ederson. He's going to launch this as far away from his goal as possible. And City are even going to get themselves a free kick for good measure. Haaland was just getting wrestled to the ground there by Diop. Manx, thanks for tuning in. I have no idea what they're trying to do on Haaland. Wrestle him. Game's just starting to get a bit scrappy now. Anyway, it's eating away at the clock. We had more than 10 minutes off the clock here. Don't forget, guys, leave a thumbs up, subscribe, and do check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore. Links and details, they are in the description. We're now 42 likes away from 100 likes, so any help towards that, guys, would be much appreciated. Here is Fulham. A chance here for Fulham. Cross comes in, and Ederson just about gets hold of that. It's a low cross that came in. Ricochets across the 6-yard box, and Ederson just about gets an arm onto that, and City can just scramble it clear. It was Adama with the ball across. A nice little flick on that from Munitz, and Ederson does well. Here's Ederson then. Fulham just starting to commit players forward, and it is opening up a bit of space for City to work with. And this is where I'd be looking for someone like Doku to come on, I think. An extra bit of pace. Is De Bruyne! Goes for a shot and Leno spills it, and Fulham will put it out for a corner. Julia shouting out Christmas vacation. We love Christmas vacation. With Chevy Chase. Great film. One of my all-time favourite Christmas films. It's an all-timer. It's a classic. So a corner here for City. De Bruyne takes it short. Foden finds De Bruyne back to Kovacic. Here's Bernardo. He just dinks one looking for the back post. Leno's not caught that. He's punched it for some reason. De Bruyne wins the header and Kearney can get that clear. And City, that's a good header from Kovacic to work it back into play. And Gvardiol will mop that up and say thank you very much. Manx, it might be worthwhile City having shots at the keeper. Here's Bernardo. It takes too long there, Bernardo. And shot comes in, it's 2-0, it's Phil Foden! Mops it up beautifully for Manchester City! And there is that killer 2-goal cushion! Noel Gallagher goes crazy, Manchester City go crazy, and City get that all-important second goal! Come on! Foden doesn't even take a touch. He just swipes that into the back of the net. Every day of the week. Brilliant work from Bernardo Silva in the build-up. Tackle comes in. Falls to Foden. On his right foot. It's a game of weaker foots. Gvardiol's weaker right foot. Foden's weaker right foot. Both in the back of the net. Have it. It's a good finish from Foden. I think it takes a clip off the inside of the post. That's a good finish. Really good finish. I always bag Foden. I always fancy him to bag. I'm telling you, he's player of the season. He is player of the season. He is exemplary. And now Fulham have to find and do something. And what City need to be looking for, I say we try and push and get that killer second goal. What you want to do now is that third goal for the 3 points. Mike, I shouldn't be late or anything. It shows a real time. I'm about, from my OBS to the stream, says 4 seconds. So there shouldn't be any kind of delay. Is anybody else experiencing a delay? I hope not. I've worked really hard to not have it. Try refreshing the stream. Where are we up to? So my thing just says on my clock, OBS says 60 minutes 37 seconds now, and on the screen 60 minutes 37 seconds. Not showing any delays on my end. Oh, that's a good pass. Haaland! He's missed a sitter. Oh, he's missed a sitter. How's Haaland missed? Akanji in the first half, Haaland in the second half. What's he doing? There you go, Mank. Thanks very much. 3 to seconds behind real time. That's not bad. 3 to 6 seconds behind real time. There we go. If you're experiencing any delay on my stream, refresh from your end. As I said, everything's all bright on my end. Everything's perfectly where it needs to be. Match clock and everything's on point. Andrew, it has been quite a dull game, hasn't it? There's not that many talking points. We probably should have scored 4 or 5. There we go. Mike says 23-second delay. Must be the cider. The stream's drunk. Mike says the live game stream solid. There's my thingy's in real time. my game that I'm watching, it's in real time. Been broadcast straight from the satellite. There's no internet connections or anything involved. It's been broadcast straight from the satellite, so it's in real time. So I see the ball going to the back of the net before anyone can put goal, unless people are fibbing me. My issue comes with Sky Sports. That has to be broadcast through the internet, so that ends up having about a 20-second delay on, which can be a little bit annoying. But anything that's on TNT Sports, it's broadcast live in real time. So, for example, right now, my clock shows... Let me have a look on my OBS. I think my OBS is spot on with where the time... Oh, no. So, on my OBS clock, it's on 30 on the screen now. So, it's about 4 seconds. My clock is behind real time where I'm at. There we go. But thank you for the stream solid. I appreciate that, Mike. I like to know. Here's Iwobi. Game's gone a bit flat now. Am I confident about Tuesday, Daniel? I'm gonna wait. I'll answer that again on Monday night after the Villa game. I think if Spurs drop points today against Burnley, I'll be confident, and I think if Villa win against Liverpool on Monday, I'll be confident, because Spurs have got nothing to play for. If there's things going on, then, I mean, Spurs have got something to be playing for, then it's difficult, isn't it? It's difficult. It becomes very difficult. Here's Eddie. Oh, it's a good pass by Ederson. Right, what City don't want to do now is just concede something stupid. We've got 35... my maths is off. 25 minutes remaining. Manage this game how it needs to be managed. A third goal would be nice to kill this off, and they can also start thinking about goal difference. At the moment, we're 4 goal difference off Arsenal. So we can push and just get a third. Fulham's heads will drop, and the game is there for City if they want to go and score 4 or 5. They probably should have scored 4 already. Akanji really should have backed in the first half, and Haaland should have scored a couple of minutes ago. So, there we go. Manx, we do have something to play for. High pressure state games. You just want it to be. We just want to be in the best and easiest position possible. End of the day, even if Spurs have something to play for, you know, if we want to win the Premier League, we have to go to Spurs and win. We've already done it in the FA Cup. Qualification into the next round of the FA Cup was on the line. We made it happen, you know. There we are. Mike reckons 2-1. So Broha comes on. For Fulham. I'll wait for TNT to confirm who came off, because I didn't see who came off for Fulham then. Here's Bassi. Mike reckons 2-1 for Tuesday in the match against Spurs. 2-1, but to whom? There's the question. Ball takes a hit off Haaland, out for a goal kick. don't forget, guys, if you are enjoying the content, do subscribe. Do leave a thumbs up. We're now 39 likes away from 100 likes. Making some progress. So any help towards that would be great. And do go check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore. Here is De Bruyne. Here is De Bruyne. Here is De Bruyne. He goes down. Haaland and a deflection. And I think it came off De Bruyne and out for a goal kick. Doesn't seem like it's going to be Haaland's day today, does it? Daniel, you are right. It's TNT Sports, which is still part of BT Sports. Changed its name. Mike, I think you're spot on. They do need to get back onto target practice. I mean, De Bruyne's got an assist, so there we are. Sid, thanks for tuning in. I think he's been filming some videos. He's been busy. As a slip at the important time there from, was it Robinson, I think it was? Yeah, anyway, nearly 20 minutes left. Daniel, why is it not BT Sport? They just rebranded and changed their name. I'm not too sure why they've changed their name, but here we are. Mordecai, do I think Phil Foden would leave if Madrid came for him? It's a good question. I can't see Phil Foden leaving Manchester City, if I'm honest. It's difficult when you've got academy products from players in the local area who are doing very well, and he's a City fan as well, isn't he, Phil Foden? So he's got life very good at City. Regular playing time, gets paid a lot of money, wins big trophies. I don't really see what else Man City could do to keep Phil Foden here and why he'd want to leave. But, some players do like, at some point in their career, to try themselves in different leagues, in different challenges, and take themselves out of their comfort zones to try and make them into the very best player possible. You've seen Jude Bellingham doing that, which I think is good. I think there's far too many English players that are playing in the Premier League and only stick to the Premier League because they have life good, rather than trying themselves out there with different cultures and different leagues with different styles to try and make yourself the best player. I mean, you always have that question coming about Ronaldo and Lionel Messi, and you can't argue with fact when you say that Ronaldo's tried and tested in different leagues. Is De Bruyne squares one across and nearly an own goal, out for a corner instead. Ronaldo managed to do very well in the Premier League. He's managed to do very well in Serie A, in La Liga as well with Real Madrid. Lionel Messi's got La Liga, and he's also got Liga 1. Is it an achievement for Lionel Messi to go to PSG and win the Liga 1? I mean, I could probably sign for PSG tomorrow, fat, overweight, and they'd still win the league. Won't really have much impact, as that's a great ball, and 3-0 Manchester City. Josko Gvardiol into the back of the net. He thought about, I'm not going to go and celebrate. He says, no, I'm going to go and celebrate. I'm going to go and celebrate. And there's the 3 goals. There's the 3 points for Manchester City. They're going top of the Premier League. And Gvardiol is on a hat-trick. Lovely stuff. Lovely jubbly, as Del Boy would say. Right, Akanji's offside in the build-up. So I'm not sure if this is going to count. Gvardiol's onside. Akanji tries to put his foot onto it before Gvardiol. Goes for the ball as well, and he looked offside. Akanji doesn't take a touch. Good finish from Gvardiol. Pep Guardiola was wondering why is Gvardiol not going over to celebrate. Then he thought, nah, I'm going to go and celebrate. Right, we'll see if VAR wants to go and have a look at this. They're having a good look and seeing if Akanji's touched it. Akanji's not touched it. I don't know what the regulations is on offside as to whether a player has to touch it to be offside or just goes for the ball or not. He doesn't touch the ball. There's a VAR check here because Fulham players are talking to the referee. Yeah, VAR check here. Possible offside. Let's have a look then. Oh, he's miles onside. Sorry, I didn't see the... Is that Adama? Sorry, I didn't see him. Oh, he's miles onside. Sorry, I didn't see him. I didn't time out. I had my eyes tested there last week. Oh, he's miles onside. Miles onside. Yeah, onside. Apologies, guys. I didn't see him there. Mike, I can't blame the cider. I've not had any. How have I not seen him? Anyway, it's 3-0. Job's a good one. Start thinking about the goal difference. No reason why. 17 minutes left. Poznan breaks out at Craven Cottage where they can't start thinking about scoring a couple more. We're a 3 goal difference away from Arsenal now. You can have a couple more. Noel Gallagher's too good for me doing Poznan's. He doesn't join in, but he does join in with the chance. Where's Liam? That's the question. You ever want to get the old band back together, you need to get him in that City away end. That's how we go about it. Well, I've heard when Liam Gallagher goes to football games, he likes to be in hospitality. He likes to be in the boxes. Too good for the common people. That's where Noel finds himself. So, Jeremy Doku's going to be coming on for City. Let's get them likes up, guys. Now 39 likes away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe if you're new around here. And do go and check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details, they are in the description. Fulham trying to come forward. Cut off easily by Manchester City. Not the best of clearances there, though, by Ruben Dias. So, good stuff this for City. Good stuff. So, Doku's going to come on. It's going to be De Bruyne that comes off. Mordecai, any updates on Musiala? Nothing at the mo. I can't imagine anything will come about in the headlines until the season's ended, to be fair, when it comes to Musiala. But when I do get the latest, I will keep you up to date. I'll be surprised if he does sign for City. I'll be surprised if he leaves Bayern Munich, if I'm being honest. I do agree we could easily be going for 5. We could. What can City do is the question then. Can we add more to it or are we content? Do I think Claudio Echeverri would be the first team? They're talking about him coming to... So he's spending the season with River Plate. And there's talk that he's going to be loaned to Girona in January when he joins up of next year. And I imagine City will probably assess for pre-season of 2025. We'll see how he does. Same with Maximo Perrone as well. There's some high-quality, top Argentinian talents out there. So yeah, we'll see what the future holds with that. Malusi, thanks for tuning in. Love that. Receiving his away jersey as well. We love a Poznan, don't we? We love a Poznan. Two wins now from the Premier League, guys. 2 wins. 2 more wins to go. We're 37 likes, guys, then away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe if you're new around here and do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details, they're in the description. Here's City then coming forward. Going back to that question before, my man of the match, my cast, who I think is going to be my JSGC man of the match. I think I'm going to give my man of the match... Oh, go on then, I'll give it to Josko Gvardiol. It's got to be Josko. Man City have also overtaken Arsenal with Premier League goals scored. So if it does come down to goals scored rather than goal difference, City are just narrowly ahead. Oh, it's Haaland dropping deep. He's fouled, and that will be a free kick for Manchester City. Yellow card coming out there as well. Bassi and Diop have been doing that all game to Erling Haaland, haven't they? Josko Gvardiol is really coming into his own. What an outstanding player he is. Been a breath of fresh air, I think, during the second half of the season for Manchester City. He must be really enjoying his football as well, which is great to see. Right then, 12 minutes remaining. City 3-0 up. We need to start thinking about that goal difference, I think. And goal score, just in case. Whilst we've got the opportunity to do so. Here's Eddie. Knocks it over to Kovacic. Diaz gets the instruction from Walker to leave it. So Walker picks it up. Goes back to Diaz now. Ake's in space. Here's Kovacic. Back to Diaz. Back to Ederson. Mike, we're 2 goals above Arsenal at the moment on goals scored. We are 3 goal difference behind Arsenal at the moment. Here's Doku showing his pace, bringing City forward into the Fulham half. Works it nicely to the right. Here's Kyle Walker. He's got Bernardo Silva here for support. Here's Kovacic. To Bernardo. Looked like he'd just been having his shirt pulled. Referee says play on. Manx, I don't know who that is. Over to Kyle Walker. Remember, there are some games of interest for City today. Keep an eye on what Spurs do against Burnley. Could have big implications on Champions League football for next season, and more importantly, what that means for Tottenham Hotspur in their game against City on Tuesday evening. Keep an eye on Nottingham Forest in their game against Chelsea. Burnley could be relegated in that match against Spurs. Luton Town as well against West Ham. Big games down at the bottom as to who City may face next season or not. In terms of wanting to laugh at Manchester United, Chelsea are in action against Nottingham Forest. Newcastle are at home today as well. Oh, Julia, I'm so sorry. I did see your super sticker. I'm really sorry. I forgot to mention it. Julia, big shout out to you with the €1.49 donation. Absolute legend, helping to support the channel. Julia's just a legend. Julia already knows that she's a legend. She knows that I think that she's a legend. So thank you so much for that, Julia. It is much appreciated, helping to support the future content created here on my channel. And Julia, thank you very much for giving me a reminder, because JSGC sometimes needs reminders. I'm getting old. Far too old for my liking. So thank you very much, Julia. Much appreciated. As Doku goes close with a shot there. Good save from Leno. A bit blinded there, Leno, by Haaland coming in late as well. So City going to send on 3 substitutions. Who's coming off is the question. I can see Oscar Bobb's one of the players coming on. I think Bernardo Silva is going to be one of the players coming off. It was a very good save from Leno. We saw it late as well. Very good save. So Phil Foden, Haaland, and I think Bernardo are coming off. All changed there up top. So Alvarez comes on. Oh, sorry, Bernardo stays on. It's Kovacic coming off. So Foden, Haaland, and Kovacic come off. And Rico Lewis, Julian Alvarez, and Oscar Bobb coming on. And there, Phil Foden there. Gets a big hug off Pep Guardiola. Looks like Phil Foden's caught a bit of the sunshine there as well. I don't know whether it's the heat and he's maybe just extra tired, or he's caught a bit of the sun, maybe a bit of both. Who knows? Cross comes in from City. Too close to the keeper, and Leno catch that. 8 minutes remaining here then. Don't forget, do subscribe. If you're new around here, do go and check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details there in the description. And let's see if we can get to 100 likes. 35 likes to go. Manx, it is Kovacic that comes off, not Bernardo. They showed a clip of Bernardo Silva, but I think they were just showing it for the replay of Phil Foden's goal rather than Bernardo Silva. They made it look like, to me anyway, that Bernardo was coming off. Bernardo stays on, Kovacic that comes off. So Bobb is going on the right-hand side. Doku's on the left-hand side. Alvarez is going where Haaland was. It looks like Bernardo Silva is dropping more into midfield for Manchester City as well. I presume Rico Lewis is just going to... Yeah, Rico Lewis is going into midfield as well. There we go. All right, then. 7 minutes to go. John wants 7. We need another 4 to score in 7 minutes plus whatever's to be added on. It'd be nice if we could go out there and just grab an extra goal or two. That extra goal or two, it could be important. Probably not going to be important, but it might be. Good work from Fulham. Man City want to preserve a clean sheet as well. It's a good confidence builder this heading into the match at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium on Tuesday night as well, this. We can still lose this game. Need to be careful. Juliet, we've got the FA Cup final coming up. And we do have to win it. We don't want to lose to Manchester United in a cup final with an FA Cup on the line. Nah. And hopefully it'll be City on course for hopefully a cup double as well. Premier League and FA Cup. That's a brilliant season. It'd been nice to have done back-to-back trebles. Never been done before, but you know, Bernardo Silva's penalty weren't very good, and we went out to Madrid. And Madrid do what Madrid do in knocking out Bayern Munich midweek. A little crazy spell. Manuel Neuer towards the end. There we are. City are coasting. I don't think City are too interested in using up too much energy. I mean, Fulham just look settled for just... We'll keep it at 3-0. It's 3-0. Yeah, okay. Here's Bassey, sends it long down the line. Walker does well. And City get the throw in inside the Fulham half, just about. Into the final, remaining 5 minutes plus whatever's to be added on here. Last 5 minutes of normal time. Pep Guardiola gives out the instructions. Throw-in comes in from Kyle Walker. He'll throw it deep to Bernardo Silva. Here's Josko Gvardiol, my man of the match for today. It can't be anybody else, can it? Manx, the Club World Cup and Super Cup, they're nice trophies to win, but they don't count as major trophies. So you have what's known as trophies and then major trophies. Your major trophies are the ones that are put on offer for everyone to win. Yeah, it's just statistically how it is. Every trophy's nice to be won, but when it comes to your major trophy haul, they're the ones that count. So if City don't win the Premier League and we don't win the FA Cup, I'd regard it, in my opinion, as a trophyless season, even though, to the record, we've won in the European Super Cup and the Club World Cup. It's not trophyless. We've won trophies. We've just not won any major trophies, which is therefore a disappointing season. Although, to be fair, Liverpool have won just a Carabao Cup, and it's probably the weakest claim of a major trophy out of all of the ones that are classed as a major trophy on offer. As Jeremy Doku's just had a bit of a follow-through on him. He's feeling a bit of pain. He's gone down there with a challenge from Palhinha. So he's going to get some treatment there, Doku. Have we used all our subs? Have we used 4? We saw Walker come on. We've had Bobb come on. We've had Rico Lewis come on. We've had Julian Alvarez come on. And Jeremy Doku. Yeah, we used all our subs, so... Yeah. City could go down to 10 men if Doku can't continue here. Doku walking gingerly. Referee's asking him just to go off to the side of the pitch. He'll come back on. I think he'll just try and walk his way to full time here. Thankfully, we're not needing intensity. So here's Robinson for Fulham. Oh, that's a good pass into the channel, Alvarez. It's a good tackle, that, from Diop. Alvarez continuing to press. Robinson can get it clear. City do well to win it back. Here's Oscar Bobb. Rodri to Rico Lewis. And Oscar Bobb just squared it back for Rico Lewis. He has his shot, and unfortunately, Palhinha picked his pocket to make the interception there for Fulham. As we're into the final 2 minutes of the game. City leading by 3-0. So don't forget, if you are enjoying the content, do subscribe. Do leave a thumbs up, that'd be great. 34 likes away from 100 likes. And do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details there in the description. Mike, yeah, I think you're right. The cup, your differences between your cups, your trophies, and the things that are on offer. It's difficult. I always have the philosophy that winning breeds winning. So when there's something on the line and it's a trophy's there to be won, whether that be a Community Shield, whether that be a Club World Cup, whether that be a Champions League trophy. The trophies, at the end of the day, it's all about winning. It's all about getting the award at the end of it and putting something into your trophy cabinet. And for my liking, there's too many people out there who turn their noses up at trophies. There's a lot of disrespect that gets shown to the Europa Conference League and the Europa League. The trophies at the end of the day that have got prize money at the end of it. They've got trophies to be won. And if you don't win them and you get knocked out, you're lost. It makes you a loser. Nobody wants to lose. You want to win. So that's what you've got to keep striving towards. There are obviously trophies that hold more meaning to some clubs than others. Man City have been desperate to try and win a Champions League trophy for so long. So that meant everything to City to win it last season, as Anthony Robinson for Fulham goes into the book. But this season, Man City want to make history. So winning the Premier League is probably the biggest trophy that City could win. It sounds crazy to suggest that the Premier League's more important than the Champions League. You'd always put them on an even pedestal, but for what it means to City, it means more for City to win that Premier League than it does to win, I'd say, back-to-back Champions Leagues, because it's making Premier League history. Now, get me to next season, and I'll be saying I want that Champions League trophy back. That's priority number one, again. I always say it with the domestic trophies as well. You offer me, would I rather win the League Cup or the FA Cup? I'd always say the FA Cup, because it's the most prestigious domestic cup competition in the world. However, I really like the League Cup, and I'd like Man City, we've not won it for a few years, to go on and win it. We've got quite a bit of pedigree in the league when it comes to winning League Cups as well, so there we go. As Julie says, success, it breeds success. That's what you need to be looking for. Malusia, yep, shout out to the youth team winning the FA Youth Trophy yesterday, as we're into the first of 7 minutes added on here. Got 6 more minutes remaining here. Not too sure why they've chosen to add such a large chunk with the game already dead, but here we are. Mike, what's my opinion on Shields? I presume you're on about the Community Shield. It'd be nice to see City win the Community Shield. We always seem to lose the Community Shield. John reckons Bolton winning in the playoffs. His brother-in-law's a Bolton fan, lives in Bolton, hoping Bolton win it. I'm hoping Bolton will win it as well. Dad's a Bolton fan. He's got his tickets for Wembley today. Helped him to secure them. League One playoff final against Oxford next Saturday. So wishing them the very best of luck as they try and return back to the Championship, as Rodri has a strike which had just gone wide. So 5 minutes remaining here. I am going to end the stream upon full time, guys. I'm going to have my match review. So I'm going out for a family barbecue. So if I don't get back too late, I'll have my match review, match analysis and match reaction up at some point tonight, this evening sometime. If I do end up getting back late, then I'll just do it tomorrow morning for you guys. We've given my thoughts from this game. So yeah, don't forget to leave a thumbs up now. 32 likes away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe as well if you are new around here. Social media links, they're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments below or in the live chat right now. Are you happy with Man City's performance today? What could be improved upon ahead of our match to Tottenham Hotspur on Tuesday evening, which of course I will have my live watch along out for you guys for that game. So I will be live again on Tuesday evening for you guys to enjoy. And do go and check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details, they are in the description. Mike, it's a very intimidating shield, isn't it? It's very big. It is nice to win. I just feel like Man City don't really prioritise it. The City, I think, see Community Shield, particularly under Pepper's, a pre-season match, a nice pre-season warm-up, but we've got an extra game in pre-season this summer. So if we are in the Community Shield, which hopefully we will be, then we will go on and win it. It looks like it'll be us against Arsenal again, potentially. If City win the Premier League and City win the FA Cup, then it will be us against Arsenal. If Arsenal win the Premier League and City win the FA Cup, then it'll be Arsenal against City. And if Arsenal win the Premier League and United win the FA Cup, then it will be Arsenal against Manchester United. There we go. Arsenal do have the shield, and we want to try and win it back. It, of course, starts the calendar for the Premier League teams as well with the Community Shield. It takes place on the same weekend as the first fixtures in the English Football League, and the Premier League starts its first fixtures the week after. All fun and games into August. We've got a big summer transfer window coming up for Manchester City before then, and of course European Championships to enjoy as well. So less than 3 minutes remaining here. City just knocking it about. I don't think City are too interested in adding another goal to their tally, so we're going to go 3 goal difference behind Arsenal. We're 2 points clear of Arsenal, and Arsenal play Manchester United away tomorrow. As I said, if I've got some free time, I will have a live watch along out, link out for that for you guys to join me tomorrow, but I'm not too sure what my plans are and stuff with what's happening, so we'll wait and see. I'm not making any promises. I'm not going to say, oh, there's going to be a live watch along when there might not be a live watch along, so we'll see. As a penalty's given to Manchester City as well, so we could go 2 goal difference behind. There's a red card out as well. Diop's second yellow card. He's into red. He's been sent off. Man City got a chance here to narrow that goal difference down even more to just 2. And a statement win. Mank says, not happy, but it's decent. I wanted us to get 4-0. Knew something like this would happen. Pep feels bad for teams. Not anymore. Penalty Manchester City. Let's have a look. So Alvarez gets in there. It's a penalty every day of the week. You do get what you want. Haaland's on the bench. He got subbed off, so he's not going to be taking the penalty. I think they've just offered the ball to Gvardiol to get his hat trick, and he said, I don't want the hat trick. Whoever wants to take the penalty, take the penalty. I don't want to take the penalty. I don't want it. I think City are trying to convince him to have it, but Julian Alvarez has said, Gvardiol doesn't want it, I'll have it. That was very nice of the Manchester City players to say, get your hat trick. I would like to have seen Gvardiol do that, but here we are. So Alvarez has got a chance here to make this 4-0. Alvarez to take up against Leno. And Alvarez tucks it away into the bottom corner. The Spider very much on show for Manchester City today. Off the bench with a goal. 4-0 Manchester City. 3 points. Arsenal, over to you. Good stuff from Manchester City. Good stuff. John wants his 7. Sends the keeper the wrong way. Good stuff. Alright, we're just going to wait for the referee to blow the final whistle. So, thank you everybody for watching. Much appreciated. Have a nice weekend. I'll see you all again real soon. soon as the full-time whistle goes, remember, I will be ending the stream there. So do subscribe, do leave a thumbs up now. 29 likes away from 100 likes. And do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details, they are in the description. And the referee does blow the full-time whistle. So take care, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you to everybody that's interacted with me today. Left a thumbs up. And also, big shout out to those that have left a donation as well. Much appreciated. Shout out to you guys. Absolute legends. And also, thank you to everybody that's checked out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. So, I'm going to play my promo video one more time. And then we will end it there. So, I will see you all again real soon. Thank you for watching. Take it easy, everybody. Peace. Ciao for now.